Okay, we're going to get started. We're going to get started now. This is a sacred space. Let's take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. Everybody, just take a deep breath. There's a lot of energy, just like this, and we'll all just have to stay centered. There's a lot of stuff in the air, a lot of stuff in the air. Um, I just got to tell you, I had just amazing week with some amazing revelations and things that have come about. So it's just like a lot of stuff in here. And I do have something really important to share with everybody. So I'm going to wait for everybody to get on. I am going to go on Facebook Live. And I'm going to talk about discernment, like big time discernment. And we got to raise our energies up to be able to see, because Jesus Christ said, sheep, a wolf in sheep's clothing. I'm like seeing it like this. My eyes are like this. My eyes are like, a deer in headlights. I had a whole experience of, a revelation, and it was like very mind opening. Well, my description is no longer in the anchoring light meditation with Barbara Schroen. Somehow that disappeared, but that's okay. We're going to do our preview and chat. Okay, and I'm going to talk about um uh uh well, what am I this because right, let me just let my brain is scrambled. Let me just bring it in. Anchoring the higher discernment in this. Okay, the higher discernment, the higher discernment in these times of, what's the word I want to say? Cloaking in these times of no, we're not there yet. In these times of delusion, DEELUSI, and delusion, and huh? Delusion, yeah, DELUSION, delusion and camouflage. Oh, can I spell camouflage? CAME, CAMEGE. I can't spell camouflage anymore. I got it. CAMOU. Okay, I got it. Yeah, times of delusion and camouflage. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say, okay. And we're going to share to the page, and we are going to select that page. It's going to be the Cosmic Center, and we're going to go live. Okay, very cool. Okay, preparing, and live. Namaste, namaste, family of light. Wherever you hear these words, sending much love, the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love. And I want to share with you a couple of insights that really I recently had. Um, and it was where um, all of us are beginning to raise our frequency. And one of the things that I experienced was an insight, wherever multiple timeline I might have been on, I'm not sure. But most certainly, I just saw another universe that was absolutely beautiful, and the nebulas and all of that. But there was also messages that came with that. And I could say that more telepathic than anything else. And so the thought forms that were coming in right now, and I did see a lot of beauty. And this beauty was like where we as light workers can bring our planet and her life into this beauty. That's the only way I could describe it. Just absolute beauty and balance and peace. I'm like, oh my gosh, I know this. I want to stay here. And it was just like this cosmic massiveness of this, And then what I began to understand as beautiful, and it was really beautiful as that was, this week also, I was exposed to or could see something that came in like so amazing and wonderful and miraculous and great and all of this stuff. Behind it was an agenda, and it was not on the surface what it said it was. And I saw it plain as day. I was like, I'm not feeling good about this. There's something not quite right. I don't know. And then, of course, the revelation came. And so that's just my personal experience with this. Just again, the higher thoughts of discernment that, even though there was, bunches of people and this is great and wonderful and yay and all of this stuff. Okay, and I could literally see how that energy was moving and captivating people, and they were happy and joyful because they thought, but then I got a chance to see behind that also. And it wasn't what it seemed. And it came to me, okay, that Jesus the Christ had said, you know, a wolf in sheep's clothing. A wolf in sheep's clothing. That came into my, and I said, I have to be super discernment, super duper discernment about everything now because what's happening, and this is why I want to say, whichever you choose to do. Now, for me, was easy. Names of God, I know how powerful they are. We say them here at the Cosmic Center. Some of you get to be exposed to that if you go on Sundays. I know myself and also Reverend Annie. We use the names of God a lot, but we also have a private names of God that we do on Thursdays, both in Sanskrit and in Hebrew. And those are vibrations and sounds are very, very powerful. If you have any familiarity with names of God, you are invited to come. But it's such powerful, powerful work. So again, as in the Bible, you just can't put, diamonds to swine. You have to be discerning and doing this kind of higher service work of the light. And because there are those agendas out there that don't want this to happen, they have a very specific plan that they want their agenda and they're willing to do anything and deceive, change, disguise, manipulate, all of those words that, as my mother used to say, all that glitters is not gold. And I guess I would love to have that. In fact, I'm going to write an article about that. I feel all that glitters is not gold. And one of the ways you say, wow, it's so confusing. Yes, because I've seen things now online that you don't know if it's real or not. They're pictures, unless you are an expert, or they put, like, for example, like the news, and they say things and you come to find out that that's not what it is. And there's going to be more of that going on. So how do you know what's going on? We're going to have to trust our feeling nature. That's going to have to be, in my opinion, the forefront to say, how do I feel about this? Because I found myself in this situation and there was a lot of excitement and joy, genuine joy and happiness and all of this stuff. But there was something inside like, okay, but there was a little something I was not feeling 100%. And anyway, stayed with it to its duration. And then the revelation came like a day or two later with a real agenda. Okay, not the one perceived, but not the one presented, but the real a manipulative agenda to get things a certain way, to have a plan to say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is the agenda. And people coming in weren't really privy to that before. They had no clue. They weren't privy to that. So I could see very clearly how that was operating. I could see it as, oh my gosh. Now we are in the times, in my opinion, we got to look at revelations. We got to look not just at revelations, but all great cultures have talked about a time, okay, of great change. And when we're going to be moving into a whole new dynamic than what we know. And it's almost like we do live in a world of duality. So you're having both sides vying for our attention. Okay. And again, it's like, the Native American proverb, which wolf are you going to feed? Which wolf are you going to feed? Okay, what are we going to put our attention on? But also, not only what do I pay attention on, we got to focus on raising our vibration. We got to focus. All light workers, okay, wherever you are, you have to say, my intention is to raise my frequency, however that is, whatever healing you go through, whatever revelations and knowledge that you come into, your spiritual practice, whatever it is that you need to do, your commitment to the divine, okay, to the God of your heart. You got to say, I am committed. I truly, and you knock on the door will be open. If you knock on the door, you have to keep on knocking. And when you keep on knocking, it'll be revealed to you because you're going direct the source. You're going direct the source. You're bypassing all this other stuff in between that will want to distract you and pull you away. And you come directly from source that was going to talk to you where you could feel when something is positive, the higher heart of compassion and unconditional love, you know that frequency because it's uplifting, it's loving, it's caring, it's all embracing, it's all unity consciousness. Everybody gets to ascend, everybody is loved. Okay. And Divine Mother told me at these times, she said, non judgment, unconditional love. I'll never forget it. And I said, I can see how that is so necessary to do because you don't know what's real from what's not. You don't know what story is manipulated from what's not. You know whose agenda is trying to put this influence over you. We are like a big deal. There's so much involved in trying to influence us, the Adam Kadmon, who holds great power to say, come here. No, come here. No, look at this. No, look at this. And they want to create this way of confusion. But we don't have to be confused because if we could rise to the higher frequency of light, connect to our own soul, the higher source, the higher parts of ourselves through whichever discipline you choose. But it's a commitment that we are on the ascension path and we are going to do what it is we need to do to raise our frequencies so we have the higher discernment, okay, to know how to move forward and to hold the light for others, to hold the light for others. There has to be a beacon of light, and somebody has to play that role. And I would say that role is us. That role is us. So, all I want to say is that whatever it is that you do in your own journey of your spiritual path, put forth the intention now that I truly want to walk my path of light. I want to tap into divine source that I have the higher discernment to know what's real, to know what's not, to know what is the righteous, Christed timeline, which is what we want to do. The Christed timeline. Christed timeline is the goal here, which the Christed timeline is all about love and love for everyone, love and healing for everyone. And be careful of those that want to divide and separate. That's how you can tell. They promote separation, division. No, that's not a Christed timeline. That's not a Christed timeline. So just be aware. And if you knock on the door and ask for divine guidance and to assist you and help you, during these times, I promise you, you will get it. 100% get it. So with that, I'm going to say namaste to our family of light on Facebook Live. I also want to mention that if any of you would ever want to be part of the transmission meditation, which we do on Zoom, we also do it in person in Sarasota, Florida, in the United States. You are welcome to do that. If you feel that this pulls to your heart and you would like to experience it or try it, please reach out. Simply go to on Facebook, you'll see the Anchoring Light Meditation with Baba Sharon. That is me. And just click and register, and you can be a part of it. It's that simple. That's clear and concise information. So that's real. Okay, so with that, I'm going to say namaste to our family of light on Facebook Live.